Hello everybody and welcome back to Farm Sim 25 and welcome back to our New Frontier Survival Challenge here at Hidden Spring Timbers, where it is officially planting season. Also, I got some big news. Look at that view though. Can we just talk about this? Look at that view. Tell me that ain't party. But we got some stuff to talk about, y'all. Mainly that, what am I walking for? I can teleport! I'm fancy. Let me teleport down here to my big butt. Alright, so we got to get the fields planted, right? Now, guess what? These planters, they're not just special in the fact that they can plant all of the things. They also seem to have one other thing that I didn't notice, and that is this. If I look at the planter, and I go to that little voucher, look at this. Planters are a special type of seeders. They are used for crops like maize, sunflowers, or soybeans. Additionally, this seeder offers the possibility to seed directly, meaning no previous cultivating or plowing is necessary. That is music to my ears, folks. You know what that means? That means we don't have to cultivate the fields no more. We just plant. Which means those dowels that I bought are useless now. Because we have these. But we're going to take Big Red over to the field. We're going to get it planting the small field. And then I'm going to take the Big Bud over and we're going to plant the big field. We got soybeans getting planted this year. For those of you guys forgot, last year we did corn. This year we're doing soybeans. We go back and forth. That is our goal. So I hope you guys are ready. Look at this beautiful sight, man. You got these giant fields ready to be planted. All the soybeans will be had today. All right, time to slow down. Apparently we were going a lot faster than I gave it credit for. Ooh, this thing's got a cool unfolding. I like that. That is not how I thought that was going to work. But I approve. Alright, let's see what it sounds like when we turn it on. Okay, pretty standard. Alright, we're going to set this up for the AI. Okay, they're going for it. Perfect. Alright, and while the AI is doing that one, I'm going to jump into Big Bud, and we're going to be planting the big field. Turn up this big old sucker right here. Look at that thing. Well, this thing sounds crazy. I don't remember it sounding this crazy last time. But we about to put it to work for the first time. Look at them big old tires. Got the Welker Farm brand right there on the side of it. But here we are. The biggest field. Alright, we'll set this one up for me. Fold it out. I love watching things fold and unfold in Farm Sim. Like literal transformers, man. Look at that. Ain't that some fancy stuff? Alright, it is set up. We are officially online. Lower the cultivator. Or planter, sorry. Lower the planter and let's get it rocking, baby. All the soybeans are getting planted today. The AI started with their down and backs first. So place your bets. Now, in theory, since we're both capable of planting at the same speed, in theory, he should just outplant me. That brings me back to one other thing I was going to look at. There's a new thing, and I want to say it's under miscellaneous. Sorry about this, folks. If I go into mods, these are only $100 a piece. I'm gonna buy one. And I'm gonna try to use it on this. If you guys don't know what I'm doing, I'll show you in a minute. But the thought process is, in theory, when I attach to this thing and then pick this back up, instead of only being able to run this at 7 miles an hour, I should, in theory, be able to go a little bit faster. Alright, let me shut her down real quick. We'll drop it, and then I'll be right back. We're going to run Big Bud up to the store. We'll grab that little attacher and see if we can't speed up the operation a little bit. So this is a new mod. I have not tested it, but I've heard that it can help speed up things, kind of like the tool height adjustment for headers mod, which allows you to harvest faster with certain headers. This is going to do essentially the same thing, except for basically any implement that goes over the back of the tractor. Meaning, if this is done correctly, we might be able to get these planters to go a little bit faster than 7 miles an hour. That would be preferable. Now, there is one caveat to this, and that is that these bars that you're about to pick up are one-way attach only. So they will only be attached one way. So if you go to pick it up and it doesn't work, then go to the other side. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to spawn in, but I'm going to try backing up to it this way first. Now, it don't look like much because it ain't. Yep, that doesn't seem to be working there. We'll flip it around, see if we can grab it from this side. Don't tell me this can't connect. Can this not connect to the Big Bud? I'm no expert, but it definitely does not appear to be connecting. Big Bud does not have a whatever you call it, 3-point attacher on the back. Let me see if I can't rectify that a little bit. So Big Bud attacher, standard, 3-point. So if I could put a 3-point attacher on the front for 3,000, which is not ideal, because that would mean I'd have to run in reverse in order for this to work. So I think we're just stuck as is. Alright, so, I mean, at the end of the day, it's only $100, and we might be able to use that with something else, but apparently that does not work for the Big Bud. That is sadness. I was hoping I'd be able to go a little bit faster. Yeah, so, look, I should be able to pick this up. And like I said, it is a 3-point attach, right? It's supposed to go onto a 3-point hitch. So it makes sense that it's not able to hook up or whatever, but you can see she ain't hooking. Alright, well, that's a failed experiment. That's why we test things, y'all. But we'll get Big Bud back over there, grab the hold of the planter, finish planting, and probably show you guys a bit of a time lapse. I do like this thing, though. But yeah, I didn't realize it didn't have a 3-point attacher on the back. It's got hydraulics, and it's got a pin hitch, but no 3-point hitch. feel like we're running this thing pretty hard, RPM-wise. Only 0.1 hours on this thing. Brand new. Alright. Well, unfortunately, we weren't able to make that happen. That's okay. Oh god. I turned the wrong way. My brain went the wrong way. Alright, let me turn this thing around here. Right now it's yelling at me saying there is no field. There is definitely a field. Alright. This thing's gotten right back. Oh, I didn't put the thing down! Dadgummit. Boy, I am off somewhere special today, apparently. Alright, let's try this. Third time's a charm. There we go.
Had a baler, had a rapper, had a mower too, but the money weren't coming, had to bid 'em all I do. Sold my trailer, waved goodbye, watched 'em roll away. Took that cash to the dealer, prayed it turned my way. I'm all in on the land, ain't got nothing left to lose. Got a planner, got a dream, but I'm walking in worn out shoes. If this field don't save me, Lord, I don't know what I'll do. Bought a spreader for my fertilizer, a weeder for the row. Ain't no going back now, ain't nowhere else to go. Dropped the last of my dollars on some seed and lime. Got one shot, one harvest, one last chance this time. I'm all in on the land, ain't got nothing left to lose. Got a planner, got a dream, but I'm walking in worn out shoes. If this field don't save me, Lord, I don't know what I'll do. Sun beats down, working down to dust. Hands in the dirt, gotta earn back my trust. Every row I plant, every hope I sow, ain't no telling what the future holds. So I roll that spreader, roll that seed, let the rain come down, let the good Lord lead. Got nothing left but this dirt and me. just praying that my crops set me free.
Alright, so I've got AI working on the Big Bud now. I'm going to drop this here. I'm going to try to use Big Red here, since Big Red definitely has a 3-point hitch. We're going to see if Big Red can make that go a little bit faster. So the whole premise is that we're supposed to be able to adjust the height of our implements, right, after we put this on. And that should, in theory, allow us to potentially farm a little bit faster. Maybe or maybe not. We don't know. But I'm hoping that that's the case, because these can only do 7 miles an hour, maybe 8 if you're going downhill. And so hoping that we can get it to go just a little bit faster than that. And then that should work for, in theory, any implement that would hook up to the normal pin hitch or whatever. As long as it's... Okay, now we're turned around the wrong way. Alright. That there. Now we can hook up to it. Now let's go try that out. So, like I said, the whole point of this is that you can raise and lower that as needed. Now, when we grab a hold of this, hopefully, we will have the ability to level it out. So as you can see, it hooks right up to it, no problem. We'll go up to the other side of the field here. Turn it on, and then we'll start at this end while AI works on the other side. And you can see right there, already doing 18 miles an hour. So that brings me to my next point. Big Bud. It can't do this. Is this a necessity? I don't know. But I'm starting to think the Big Bud ain't it. As much as I like the idea of having the Big Bud, I just don't think it's where the theory is, you know? Now that we have this potential mod, or this mod that's able to get us to go even faster with our planting, I don't know that the Big Bud is where it's at. I'm thinking we might do better off going with a big tractor that's powerful that has a 3-point hitch on the back. I didn't realize that it didn't have that. I'll let you guys make the decision on that one. You guys think we keep the Big Bud, or do we go for one of the others? I kind of like having the Big Bud, I ain't gonna lie. Having the American flag waving in the wind as we work. I mean, we're planting at 20. Look at the speed difference. We're actually planting at 29 miles an hour right now. I mean, sure, we're going downhill, but I mean, look at the difference. Yeah, I think the Big Bud might be not ideal. Like, I'm trying to think about what we're using the Big Bud for, which is jobs like this. And if I've got a more efficient way to do it with the big red tractor, we really don't need the Big Bud for the... I'd still like to have another large tractor, but maybe we trade the Big Bud in for basically any sort of thing. Maybe a John Deere, you know, a big green. We have a big red. Maybe we go with a big green too. What do you guys think? Maybe pull up like a John Deere of some sort. But I think the verdict is pretty clear here with Big Bud not having a 3-point hitch and us being able to now plant at essentially max speed, which is 29 to 32 miles an hour. The proof is in the pudding, folks. Also, did I just realize that we have the AI buying fertilizer automatically, don't we? I have a feeling we have AI buying seeds and fertilizer automatically. Or at least fertilizer, anyway. Because our money's going down pretty quick. I think we did that for the lime. But I didn't think about it till just now. But the AI has done, this is its second row. Or I guess it'd be its third row. And we've done, what, 4, 5 rows? So we're getting about, what, 1.5 to 2 rows for every row that it does. That's a significant difference. I mean, even while we're going uphill and slowed down, we're still doing faster than that thing. And again, it's not the horsepower that's limiting it. It's the implement that's limiting it. But with this mod, we're able to kind of cheese the system and allow us to plant a little bit faster. But the other thing I noticed with the Big Bud is that it has a manual transmission. I don't run with a manual transmission because I've never shifted in this game ever, and I don't really feel like trying to learn it. So when you run a manual transmission tractor on automatic settings, you end up with a clunky mess, essentially. And we're off to the races. I mean, the Big Bud does look good, but it's hard to beat this performance. Like, we're going to get all the way down here to the end, turn around and go back and beat the AI. Watch. Pretty confident that's what's about to happen. It does look good going by, doesn't it? Ah! Alright, we got a little too close, I think. We kind of touched tips a little bit. Not ideal. I didn't think we would touch one another. I think Big Bud was a little jelly there. Decided to bully me a little bit. That's what I think happened. That was a horrific crash. And even with that, I still think that we probably end up beating it to the end of the row. Even though he crashed into us and tried to slow us down. It's going to be real close. Who's going to finish first? Come on, Big Red! Push! Power! Oh, he finished first. But only just. Alright. Let that go ahead and do its thing. We're going to go down here and get this guy out of the field here, since we're already done. We'll take this back to the shop. Alright, so that's planting season taken care of. Now we will have to go forward and deal with weeding and then harvesting. I believe we'll also have to put on another application of fertilizer. Make sure our fields get to the best possible yield that we can get. Now we don't normally roll, namely because for what you get, it ain't a lot and it takes a while to roll. But yeah, I'll leave Big Bud's future up to you guys. Do we trade in Big Bud and try to get a John Deere? Similar size to the Big Red. We have Little Green, Little Red, Big Red, and Big Green. That's what I'm thinking. We tried the Big Bud, it just doesn't quite work for what we want. And at the end of the day, as much as I like the story of the Big Buds, as much as I love having the American flag on there, and I do watch the Welker Farms, I can't justify the purchase if it's not going to pay off for us. If we've got a more efficient way to do things, then that's the way we're going to do things. And like I said, this thing may have 675 horsepower, I think. Or at least 600 horsepower. I forget what it has. I think it's at least 600 horsepower. And we're definitely using these planters going forward. Though, for now, I think I am going to park this right here. I'm not going to worry about getting it in there. Alright, and then we'll grab this one. This Massey Ferguson has been absolutely fantastic, though. I cannot complain about this thing at all. This thing has been nice and smooth. It does everything you need to get it to do. It's just a really good tractor. So I highly recommend this 9RS, I think, or is it 9RS, Massey Ferguson? What is this thing? 9S. That right there. Let me park this other one a little bit better too. Give it a little bit of a organized look anyway. go. All right, so if we go in here and we look at our options for tractors, like I said, I kind of like the idea that we went from little red to big red. And so if we go to swap out the Big Bud, which, like I said, this Big Bud I think has 600 horsepower. Okay, so 600 horsepower. We need something that would have at least comparable horsepower. And I mean, this 9R, like if we look at this thing, does it have a 3-point hitch? It sure does. See, that's the difference. Same goes for the case as well, but the case is like stupid expensive. Yeah, see, it's got a 3-point hitch as well. So I'm not sure why the Big Bud doesn't. Does any of the other Big Buds have it? Just a regular old hitch. Yep. All of them have the same style rear hitch. Now, again, you could put a 3-point hitch on the front, but then you're driving in reverse the whole time, and I feel like that's counterintuitive. Now, we do have some modded tractors down here. I haven't really given a whole lot of thought to them. But I know this case here can be modded up to 1,300 horsepower, but I don't really feel like bringing that to the series. This case, yeah. I'm thinking John Deere of some sort. John Deere of some sort. So if we wanted to maintain a what do you call this? Articulating tractor, this 9R 440 or this 9R 640 gives us 690 horsepowers, which is pretty incredible. That's a lot of horsepower. Is that now is that the biggest horsepower? No, because this is 78. Got it. And then, of course, the 9RX here, also an articulating, and it's all on tracks. Still has a 3-point hitch, though. And then, of course, we got the more intermediate options where you got the 8RT, 8RX. Both of these are capable of going up to 458 horsepower. These are non-articulating tractors. Okay. But they do have the 3-point hitch still. So I'm not 100% sure which direction we want to go with it. And then we have the normal 8R, which would be basically the spiritual successor. So we have the 8R or the 8RT or 8RX. All of them should be about the same. It's just one has wheels, one has tracks, and one has like half track. Boy, that is a goofy looking tractor right there. Kind of reminds me of a bulldozer. But you can see it can go up to 458 horsepower as well. So yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide what you want to do. If we were to trade in our Big Bud, it's worth roughly $190,000. Okay, so if we do try to go that route, then the next problem is going to be money. Because those tractors are not cheap, right? So if we look... Wrong button. I apologize. All over the place this morning. Sorry, it's real late for me. I've been up all night, so I apologize. But yeah, you can see that these are $312,000. And it goes up from that if you want to get the big one. So you're looking at $369,000. So from a cost standpoint, it doesn't make any sense to go for these. From a efficiency standpoint, it doesn't make any sense to stick with the Big Bud. You know what I mean? But I think that's pretty much it for the day. We've got our carpentry is good to go. We've got nothing in the grain shed. We don't need anything going there. And then we've got plenty of wood to go forward in time. So I think we go forward in time. So let's head up to the old cabin. And let's go into May. Now we will have to weed the fields. We will have to fertilize the fields. But I think we can do that in the next episode. Because that won't take very long anyway. Or I can do it in between episodes. One or the other. But yeah, if we look here, you can see we got plenty of weeds all over the field that we're going to have to get caught up on. This field in particular is just completely coated in weeds. All the stuff that we plowed up to add on to the fields, you can see pretty plain as day because it doesn't have weeds. But, pretty happy with everything so far. The only thing that would come up next was we talked about putting goats back here. Now, roughly how much do you think it's going to cost us? I'm going to save the game. I want to kind of see how much it's going to cost us in order to put a big goat pen back here. So if we go into construction, because I've been thinking about this for a minute. I want to do cows and stuff eventually, but I think goats are a great place to start. And so, honestly, I don't think we need anything special building-wise, do we? Like, the problem with putting a special building is it's going to dig into the terrain and make it look jank, right? So I don't think that's a good option. Like, literally any of these that's going to do things is not ideal. I do like the idea of having a dedicated thing. But this is $97,000 by itself. And if we were to do that, I think putting the entrance up here would be a good idea. So we would have to probably go ahead and terraform some of this. A nice area right up here next to where we're at. And I'm pretty sure we can customize it to having oh, that doesn't allow me to change the color at all. Thought maybe it would allow me to change the color of the roof. But we could put solar panels on it. And that allows you to generate power as well. But $97,000 there, or we just go with something like this. Flip this around. Put this like right here. It would ask me to customize the sheep pasture. I would. And then I would just bring this right through here. Leave a little bit of the yard for us to have. And then I'll leave a little bit of a room between the hedge and the fence. Because that will allow us to have... Yeah, so we're going to run out of money. So you can see how big I want to make this. And you can see how much money it's going to cost to make that happen. But I want to leave a room so that people can get in and theoretically like trim the hedges and whatnot. I don't want the fence to be right up against it. But we bring this down. We bring it right across the front of this. All the way over. And honestly, I kind of like the idea of having like this area here included in the sheep and goats area. Because this area here is what you would use goats for to clear like the brush and stuff, right? In real life. Like you get goats, you fence them in this area, and they'll clear all of this brush. You'll have a nice clean undergrowth. You know what I mean? It's pretty incredible what goats are capable of. But yeah, I think from that, I think we just go ahead and end it there. But you see the idea. I'm not going to save this. We'll get our money back from that. But we're going to need more money for the goats. But let me know if you guys want me to just include this area here. Or if you think that it would actually be better to, instead of using this area, we keep this for grass when we need it for like cattle and stuff later. Since it's a nice grass field already. And then we put our goats... Like, put our goat pasture, like, down here by the road, like where we can easily access it, and then just fence in all along the edges of the forest here so that our goats have plenty of place to roam. I'm leaning towards that area right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's going to be a massive area for the goats. We're going to have a lot of goats. It's going to be great. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.